Hey, Viking fans, let's talk about some football. Let's get ready to go Skull World Live next in three, two, one. Gather around, Skull Brothers and Sisters. This is Skull World Live, and yes, I'm solo. What's up? Johnny, NFL, wasn't able to make it today. I'm going to go through my 53-man roster. You can follow me on TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter at Skull World. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Look in the ticker below. I appreciate it. More comments, the better. Here, shout out to Bob Swede. Thank you for entering Skull World today. Man, what practice number 2 is in the book, and it looked fantastic. These were not the Tennessee Titans. These were the Arizona Cardinals. And after they saw us, they went and traded 2 players. So amazing. They basically folded in after seeing us. There you go. What's up, Tag Will? What's up, man? Looking good in that picture, man. I need to look that good sometime. All right, guys. I'm gonna do my 53-man roster, but there's some things we need to talk about. We released N'Keal Harry. I had some high hopes for him. He will not be in my 53. I actually removed him from mention too. I had high hopes for him. I guess the injury, soft tissue, didn't get to see him in week 2. No chance of making the team. Who knows? Maybe they give him an opportunity to catch on with another team. Who knows? We might bring him back for the practice squad. I would have personally waited till cuts. Maybe this was doing him a solid. Yeah, allowing him to possibly jump on another team. But yeah, I mean, if we liked him, I would have think we would have kept him till the cuts. He did some good things. There were some highlights in practice in the Tennessee practice. There was a highlight in the game going with Jaron Hall. He had some ability. This guy's been so unlucky with injuries. I don't even know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Poor dude. What do we got? Yeah, some people talked about that. And I think it was a 6th round pick for Simmons. What's up, Holden? Let's see. There we go. There we go. A little Vikings horn for you. I can't wait to the game. I'm gonna go live, man. Gonna go live. I'm gonna have a pregame. I think I'm gonna start it at 11:15 Central Time. I'm going to have a couple of co-hosts for the pregame. I'm gonna go live during the preseason game, and call the plays kind of thing. I may have a delay. I'm sure I will, but hey, we can talk about it together. I don't care if you guys are ahead of me. I'm gonna go full bore this year. Halftime, I think I'm bringing on the GG boys, and then hang on after the game to talk on it. So it's basically a full day for me. I'm gonna have to put up a beverage break warning if I have to leave the chair. But what do we got here? That was a 7th round pick for Simmons. I thought it was a 6th for him and a 7th for the other guy, but yeah. What's up, Skull? All right, let's go, man. I'm also gonna be doing it if you guys on Mondays at this time. I'm gonna make that a regular show. This was gonna be on tonight at 7. I decided to move it up after Johnny NFL couldn't make it. So, hey, who knows? Maybe this will be a thing too. I mean, I got a full lineup. I got a full lineup of shows. I'm waiting until everybody joins, or as many people join as possible, to go through my 53. I am not used to going live, man. I am not by myself, so bear with me. It's easier when someone else is talking and I can fiddle around here. Let me pull up a slideshow so I can help myself out. Google Slides. There we go. Always prepared. Always prepared. Let me get this slideshow up. All right, here we go. So here's gonna be a few announcements. I might be wrong. You might be right. I don't know. Sport Heaven, sup? Trying to jump in. Okay. Uh, Let me see here. This is gonna be my lineup. The Viking or the drive. I got the Vikings logo in there, but the drive Monday at 5 p.m. Central, under the light 6:30 p.m. Central, the Skull Experience Wednesday 6:30 p.m. Central, Skull World Live to be determined. I'm gonna try to do something on Thursdays, and then I'll take the Friday and Saturday off. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll put some content out there, but Sunday full bore. Whenever we play a night game, Thursday night too, I'll be running a live show. What do we got? I checked; it was right, so it was a 7th round pick. Skull Sport Heaven, what's up, man? I appreciate you joining. We got 9 in the house. Make sure you click like. I love it. Just a shameless plug. This is my MST membership level, $2.99, $4.99. You get your own badge. You get exclusive content. I actually did a preview. For this show on Monday or on the weekend, and I posted it on Monday, I believe, and it's in there. So I did that 53-man roster is different from this one. So if you're a member, I said it was malleable. So I have made some changes, and I'll tell you guys everything what I had probably before and what I changed it to. It's not set in stone, and there's some things that can change. What's up, man? Skull Mafia in the house, Purple Gang. This dude listens. I guess he's cutting trees and listening to me in the morning. I appreciate that. I like to post my shows I like to do one show a day and post it in the morning. Let's get that battle cry in here. What do we got here? Let's see here. I wish I had a soundboard. That'll be the first thing I buy when I start making money at this. Let's see here. Finish. Oh, yeah, here we go.
I will rise and I will lead us to Valhalla! I will lead us! We are Vikings! Pound your chests! Pound your chests! We are Vikings! We are Vikings!
I don't know. I like that one. I'm going to keep that. What's up? Peter Otto in the house. Okay, where are we at? I'm gonna give a few more minutes. Now, what'd you guys see today? You see some highlights? Hey, I got maybe I got a special treat for you. Let me share a screen here. I don't know if you saw the NFL commercial that Kirk Cousins is in. Let me see. They did an outtake. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for this. It's only 3 seconds. Tell me if you can't hear it. I don't know if you saw that outtake. That's hilarious. In the actual commercial, I think Jason has the actual commercial. This is the guy that won that trip last year. We asked if he could make it to a game, and they gave him a flight. Vikings gave him tickets. He did a lot of. I think he posted the commercial. I don't know, but where is it? I don't know. He posted the commercial earlier today. Well, if you have a chance, go check it out. It's probably on Twitter. But let's hear it one more time. I love that we're getting a lot more publicity, and people are starting to like some of our players, and they're getting commercials. And I mean, JJ is an absolute phenomenon. So it's nice to see other players on our team. Big Kirko wakes up dripping like this. This is hilarious. That's hilarious. What's up, Grandizer? Do you got every fight song? And then you just clip and paste it? That's awesome, man. That's why you're the straw that stirs the drink, man. You're prepared. I cannot sing. I leave that for JJ. I'm gonna have to clip JJ and just play him singing the song. Oh yeah, 60 feet in the air. Every time he tells a story, it's like a fish, and it gets bigger and bigger. I think he said 50 earlier. Now it's 60. Tomorrow will be 70. But yeah, my dad growing up, he was a lineman, and so was my oldest brother, and he would go up in a bucket all the time. I used to do it for a job myself, but not. I was working for Daktronics out of Brookings, South Dakota. Oh yeah, well now I watched it too. I love the outtake. The outtake's even better. Do you think we should get Wentz, Dave? No, I don't think we should get Wentz. What would he do other than become our? I mean, Mullins is signed for 2 years, right? He's cheaper. Well, I mean, you probably give the veteran minimum to Wentz, I guess. But I don't know how much of a team, how much you'd fit in with the guys. I don't want to ruin that quarterback room because Kirk Cousins and Mullins get along great and they feed off each other. And then you bring in you get a leader quality like you do at Jaron Hall. I like the group. We can talk about a certain Trey Lance here in a little bit too, but let me get some shout outs. Oh, we're all the same people. Oh, yeah, Raymond, what's up, man? Skull buddy, man. We got 11 in the house. I am going in about 3 minutes. Going to start my 53-man roster predictions. Yeah, me and Gigi guys were gathered that you work for a power line company doing that. Yeah, my dad is IBEW. I couldn't park my car in high school without him slapping a sticker on my car that said IBEW. Thanks, guys. I didn't know how many people would show up this early in the evening. I don't know. I didn't know. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do my thing now. I'm gonna go live, 1-on-1. Nobody in the other box to fight with. No. What's up, Bandito? You know what? Hey, I haven't sent your cards yet, but I have them right here. I am so busted with work, but I got your card right here, man. Yeah, you're this one. I got your card right here. I haven't sent it yet. I'm lazy. I didn't have any stamps. I'm too lazy to go out. I work from home. I think that means your post number. I've never been a union. I've never been personally in a union. But yeah, my dad. Oh, no pressure. No, man. I know you're not. I'm gonna send it. It's still right in front of me. I put it there. I still haven't sent the other one yet too, but oh, you did? Thanks, Go Mafia. You got your cards? Thanks for letting me know. I didn't know. I only had, that was my last stamp. And I didn't know if they would send it back because I sent it off with one stamp. Skull Familia. Awesome. Oh, one more minute and we'll start this 53-man roster breakdown, man. You guys got to tell me what you think. And I'm going to do some, there's some practicality. Hey, before we do, actually, let's talk about what the pup list is about. Because I had, I was going off of what Judd said on Purple Daily. And then I was looking at Will Raggett's with Sports Illustrated. And I think Will Raggett's was right. I don't know if you heard me talk about this, is what the pup list is about. Let me blow this up a bit. Oh, yeah, this is too small. All right. Okay. This is important, guys. This learning process for me, too. And the rules have changed over the years. Now, there hasn't been this gradual cut down, and you can take people all the way up to that Tuesday with your 90-man roster. You can have fewer. But that's when you got to get rid of 37 players. If you only, and I don't know if we have 37 since we got rid of N'Keal Harry. But training camp season is upon us. Let's see here. Wonder what the NFL pup list means and how does it work? In short, it stands for physically unable to perform. We all know that is designation for injured players who can't practice as a result of a football related injury, while they can participate in other activities are not allowed to practice. It's most common to hear about PUP at a time of the year as training camp kicks off because it's important diminishes once the regular season starts. As at that stage, it becomes more the injured reserve IR more than anything else. To fully understand the PUP, we must clarify there are two types of PUP lists. We'll break them down below here. All right, let's see. Anybody else join? What do we got here? Desperately seeking Minnesota Vikings Super Bowl with days, Minnesota 53 roster protectors. Drum roll, please. No, we're talking about the PUP list, damn it. Not yet. All right. This is important because I made a couple of decisions because now I believe I understand this PUP list. Active PUP list. NFL players on this list can't participate. Players are placed on the list during training camp. I think it's supposed to say reserve PUP list, but they do count toward the 90-man roster limit while on the list, can be removed from the list at any time during camp. If so, a player can't go back on the PUP list. Must be counted toward the 53-man roster and final roster cutdowns or placed on reserve PUP list. Okay, so right now, active PUP list. If you're not playing, but you at cut, you can be put on the reserve PUP list, released or traded. We're all learning something here, I hope. All right, because this was wrong when I was listening to Purple Daily. I took it for gospel, and then I saw Will Raggett's when I did a review of his 53. NFL players on the list can't practice as a reserve PUP list. Players must miss at least the team's first 4 games of the regular season, as opposed to the active PUP list. Players on this list stop counting toward the roster limit. Must be on the list by the 53-man roster cut deadline. So, that being said, we could put a guy on the PUP list and him not count towards our 53. That means we can start the season. I don't know how many of you guys you can put on the PUP list, but you start them on the PUP list. That means they're not cut. You got our 53, and then you got your PUP list guys or your IR guys. But the reserve PUP list means they can come back in 4 games. And the difference between Will Raggett's and Judd from Purple Daily is Judd said if you put them on before, they're out for the entire season. But he was saying IR. I don't think he knew reserve PUP list. So Will Raggett's was right. He's got him on the PUP list. And now, because of that, I changed who I was going to add to my 53-man. What do we got here? The purple heeled Dave L. Okay, that's a long name. I think there will be a few surprises this year. This game will be interesting. What's up, Bite Size Vikes? What's up? We got 13 people in the house. This is the earliest I've ever gone. Love the briefing. Who remembers all these rules? I don't know. They change every year. But this was super important because there's some guys. I hated the fact that we were going to cut good offensive players to keep these super mediocre defensive players. And I thought, but we need to field the team. We need to have backups. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to start my 53-man roster. Let's go. Here we go. And Randy Moss says my 53-man roster is
straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie. Let's go. And a little of this too.
You like that?
That's from his Redskin days. But let's bring on the 53 here. What do we got here? Banners. Okay. Here we go. There we go. I finally got it up. Okay, quarterback's obvious one. Now there's some you tell me, and this is where we can talk about Trey Lance. Anybody want Trey Lance? Leave a comment. Yes or no, Trey Lance? I want to hear what you guys think. I did a poll I did a poll. Actually, I could probably look it up here. Go to my home. All right. Little action on my homepage here. What is my poll up to? All right. All right, here we go. Let me share this. This is my poll. We are up to whether or not we want Trey Lance. 168 votes, 41.7% say yes, 58.3% say no. That's my Trey Lance poll. What do you guys think about that? Would you have wanted him? And I wouldn't mind an explanation. Few shout outs, man. We got a lot of guys coming in here. Peter Otto, what's up? JJ Vikings, what's up, nephew? Peter Otto likes it. My worthless opinion. His opinion is not so worthless, honestly. Paul H. What's going on? Who else we got here? Gary, I got your cards too, man. Thanks for winning. I got your address from the guy, so I am going to send you the 3 cards. I got them here that you bid on. You paid $50 for sending JJ to Minneapolis. I appreciate that. Shout out to Gary. Now I got your address. Now I know where you live. Everybody say hi to Gary. This guy really helped out the crew, making JJ have a great experience. All right, let's get back to the 53. So quarterbacks. Now, Kirk Cousins, Nick Mullins, Jaren Hall. We got, with the concussion rules the way they are and how easy it might be to lose your top 2 quarterbacks in a game, especially with the way our interior line pass blocks, it is so important to have a third quarterback that does not account on your game day roster. But he has to be on your 53. So that's why we're keeping 3 quarterbacks this year. Jaren Hall is going to make it. Jordan Ta'amu, who I don't rule out making the practice squad. But do we want, in the comments, do we want to trade for Trey Lance? Let's say he costs a 4th or 5th. Let's say 5th round pick. That's it. 5th round pick. Would you want Trey Lance on this team? I don't know if I do. Because he'll come in, he'll be the 3rd guy. Jaren Hall gets cut. He was a 5th round pick. He goes to practice squad. Then you got Trey Lance at 3rd round pick, and we got to extend him. People forget about that. We still will have to extend him to keep this guy. Now, he's not going to be expensive because of his bonuses and his roster payouts and stuff like that. He's already been paid money. He's not going to cost a whole lot. I heard it was even under $1 million. However, we would still have to extend him. Is he our starter for the future? You'd have to make a freaking quick decision. And how many people compliment the San Francisco 49ers on their personnel moves, and they didn't even think he's good enough to be their number 2 quarterback? So I have a lot of reservations. I thought he was worth drafting, right? Even high, but not 3rd overall. Just because I'm from that area, you guys are too. Most of you guys are too, but we knew what NDSU, we know South Dakota State, we know those teams. The competition is not nearly as big as the SEC. Got a little, let's see, what do we got here? We got $5 for 2 Evil to Hope. I appreciate it. I got something for you here. Great
cash, homie.
I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey,
get me to dance, Evil to Hope. I'll dance the whole show for you. I appreciate it, man. You've been my biggest benefactor. I do not have the graphics on this background to show how you are my biggest benefactor. What's up, Thor? Lance is at arguably the most QB friendly team in the NFL, and they don't want him. That is a point I'm making. Now, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind having him. The problem I have is how many guys how many guys are free agents next year? We're losing half our team. And then we're going to give up draft picks. We're going to give up draft picks. Oh, quick shout out. I got a new member. That deserves something. That deserves something. What do we got here?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up. It was at this moment.
All right, I'm just kidding, man. That's this, man. That's worth this.
$1 million.
I appreciate it, man. That's my worthless opinion. I'm putting out a video at least once a week, and it'll be how the sauce is made. That's how I'm doing it. That's how the sauce will made. You'll have your badge. You'll be a rated rookie. You'll gradually. This is how it works. You go to rated rookie. You go to veteran. You go to star. You go to all pro. You go to Pro Bowl. You go to legend, and then you go to Moss the GOAT. Mooning the Packers. That's how it goes on the badges. What do we got here? I got some moves, Gary. I got some moves, man. I know what you're thinking. One of these days, man, I'll work on it. I'll have to practice. I really want to hear some bars from Dave. I got bars. I was in a choir once. It was worth 1 credit in my college classes. What's up, Blaze Prod? What's up, man? What's up, Gary? Thor in the house. Yep. What do we got here? I like Trey Lance since I watched the Bison games. If the Vikings want him, that says a lot about how they feel about our current backups. Now, keep in mind, they're talking about how we thought of him before the draft, right? We pursued him before the draft. His obviously was a higher bar. It was going to be higher to get him. Here I'm still only on the quarterbacks, but I love this conversation. We were high on, we wanted to consider him coming to our team. The price was too high. We go to the draft. We spend a draft pick on a 5th round guy who we like, who our team, I think, likes him. And then we're going to go, okay, now we'll get Trey Lance and get rid of the guy we just spent a 5th round pick. I don't know. And then then the whole idea of we got all these guys leaving our team next year, and we're going to give up a draft pick for a guy who's going to be our 3rd round pick, who we would have to pay a lot of money to extend, probably. Who knows? Maybe we can talk him into signing for $5 million as a backup or $2 million as a backup, like Nick Mullins did. All right, what do we got here? Let's see. Oh, yeah. I do dance better than the gopher in Caddyshack. Great movie, man. I do appreciate that compliment. Man, everybody's saying hi to each other. I love it. What's up, guys? Okay, everybody. I'm caught up here. All right, let's go on to the next thing. We talked about Trey Lance. You know how I feel. It's not that I don't want him. It's just that it don't make sense in losing draft pick. We didn't go that direction. He was too high priced, apparently, to come on our team. Then we spend the draft capital to get a quarterback. We missed on DTR, who I wanted in the 4th round. We signed Ward instead, or we draft Ward instead. I think we could have got him. If I'm not mistaken, or worst case, we could have went after him. But so let's talk about running backs. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. So how about Vikings trading for Lance and Bosa? Now, Bosa would be super expensive, right? He would just be replacing. We would have to sign him and pay him the most non-quarterback salary ever to keep him. And you got to think Danielle Hunter is going to be cheaper, right? So would you want a $36 million Bosa or a $22 million Danielle Hunter? I don't know, man. We got to pay JJ. We got to pay Nick Bosa, both $35, $36, $37 million. That's a lot. That's That's a lot of money. Yeah. It would be nice for 1 year, right? It'd be nice for 1 year. But he's going to only go to a place where you'd get an extension, I would think. 49ers in a weird situation when they created that QB drama, not Trey. I agree, man. I totally agree, Grandizer, that it was their problem. They did him dirty, but we're not in those rooms. We're not in those rooms, so I hold judgment either way. I don't think Trey was a cancer of any kind, but at least make him your second dude. Honestly, I would have thought if he played well enough, he gets the job, right? I didn't see him in preseason, so I can't pass judgment on that. Let me do I get the yeah, so let me quick shout the running backs out. This is tough one, man. Pup list, I told you can put someone on the reserve pup list. So Kenny Nwangu goes on the reserve pup list. Now the problem I had with this is Dwayne McBride. We drafted him. Kwesi likes his draft picks. You try to keep him, but I think you go with Merritt. Dwayne McBride just seemed like another guy in his first 2 games. Aaron Dykes looked like he could be a solid third down back if, let's say, Ty Chandler or Alexander Madison go out. That Aaron Dykes, I think he could handle it. He had good vision in that last game, and he caught the ball well, and he actually blocks well from what I saw in college. So Alexander Madison, Ty Chandler, Aaron Dykes, reserve pup list, Kenny Nwangu, he'd be able to return in 4 games. We cut Dwayne McBride, Abram Smith. All right. But I think it would be important that if Kenny Nwangu comes back, takes his job over, we can put Aaron Dykes back on the practice squad. But at least we'd have 3 running backs for that first 4 games. A 5th to kick the tires on a former first rounder. It's not bad, and I'm not against it, man. Grandizer, I'm not against it. I am not against it. I just I don't know. Just thinking with Kwesi's brain, I don't know. Because we spent the 5th round pick on a quarterback already, right? That's my only thought there. Eric LaPointe's in the house, man. And from New Mexico. Let's go. A 5th rounder can easily be picked up by trade down. Hey, I thought the same thing, but then we didn't trade down, right? Yeah, we didn't trade down. All right. I got another one here. Gary, Dave, I'm becoming a big fan because your content is always entertaining. I'm glad to hear that. I am so glad you tell me that, man. I appreciate it. And you deserve treatment.
Straight cash, homie.
And here's the thing.
I need a dollar, that's what I need.
All right, guys. I appreciate that. Hey, Gary, that's a hell of a compliment coming from you, man. I appreciate it. So that's the running backs. I don't know what you guys think. This is based on what I just read earlier on about the pup list, is that we can put a guy on the pup list and then he can come back for it before the cuts. We can put a guy on the pup list. We can't put him on and take him on and put him back on again. Like you couldn't play this last game, put him on, play this last game. And then, so you got to put him on once, reserve pup list. He can come back in 4 games. So that's why I'm doing this. And this really helped out me putting keeping an extra running back. All right. Let's get Jonathan Taylor. We just got rid of a big we just got rid of a big running back, a big salary. I don't know if we want to work on costing us another one here. I know he's probably cheap right now and it would be enticing, but I drafted and this is what I'm going off. He burned me. I drafted him in one of my fantasy leagues last year and it cost me the season. He didn't play nearly as well. Right. So I blame him. I blame him for my loss. I have no loyalty to other teams' players, none whatsoever. Once they leave the Vikings, Adam Thielen, I got a soft spot for. Dalvin Cook, I got a soft spot for. There's guys I have soft spot for, but I almost instantly forget about them when they leave our team, man. I do. I'm not like those guys that became Peyton Manning fans when he went to, they were Indianapolis fans, and then all of a sudden started liking Denver when Peyton Manning went. I just couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. And it's like Dalton Culpepper. I was like out of sight, out of mind. And I had like 3 jerseys, and I wear them on the show. Yeah, I had all these figurines of him. I was a big fan of Dante Culpepper. What do we got here? Fullback. This is a tough one. I don't know if I called this one. CJ Ham. I like the fact that we got some guys, some tight ends that can block in case CJ Ham can't perform. We got some tight ends that can block. Let's just go straight to wide receivers. Yeah, I think Reisner's still a possibility. Here's my thought here. Kwesi's weighing his options. He's waiting to the cuts. Other teams are waiting to the cuts. And there may be, unfortunately, a bidding war if the guys don't get players that they want after the cuts. And there's a possibility for trades. We brought in a Bullard last year. We brought in a Blacklock. We brought in a Rager last year. Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend, I did a video on Bullard, and I got 50 people signed up. That was one of my most popular videos ever, believe it or not. But hey, we can make changes like that, and Kwesi's waiting. And so yeah, I think a Reisner or a potentially another lineman who gets cut or we trade for. Again, I'm not high on trading any of our picks because we don't have that many. But yeah, Reisner's still an opportunity. Let me go through this really quick, and I'll catch up on some comments. We got 18 in the house. We were as high as 19, didn't hit 20. Make sure you're hitting like. I appreciate it. That pushes out the video. Wide receiver, Justin Jefferson barely makes it on the team. KJ Osborne, he's almost taking that next step for me. I've seen some separation in some of these joint practices. I didn't see much today, but the previous Tennessee I did caught on video in 4K burning some people. So I like that. Jordan Addison, he looked so good, and he had a nice just fading back, grab, high pointing a ball in the end zone. This practice today looked awesome. Jalen Naylor, I don't know if he participated in practice today. I didn't look at any report. But Jalen Rager, I think, makes the team. And the reason being is because he's having a good he's $2 million. That's how much we would lose if we cut him. $2 million. And he can return punts, and he's having a good preseason. And he had this awesome grab against the Cardinals one-handed. Great route, got separation. He's having a great camp. And it burns me to say that Brandon Powell, who I think is a better punt returner, gets cut, and we only keep 5 receivers, not 6. And there's a reason why. Brandon Powell, Blake Prohl, Tristan Jackson. I think they really like this guy. And I think because he's looking decent, but does a team want to put him straight on their 53? Do they want to claim him off waivers and put him straight on their 53? I don't know. I don't know if there's a team out there that says, hey, we really love Tristan Jackson. He hasn't showed a whole lot yet, and we can sneak that guy on the practice squad. Lucky Jackson probably had the most unfortunate play today in preseason where he's 5 yards behind the deepest man, waiting for the ball to come down in his arms, and he drops it. That poor dude, man. That poor dude. And then Thayer Thomas looked good. Some of these guys are going to make the practice squad. Some of them might get picked up. But what do you guys think of that? What do you think of me only keeping 5 receivers? They kept 5 last year. And the fact that we got rid of N'Keal Hicks. The 2 guys on here, if we do keep a 6, would be Brandon Powell or Tristan Jackson, I think. I think JJ has lost a step. Did you see that today? The guy bear, or was it yesterday or today? Guy bear hugs Justin Jefferson and then does the gritty. literally bear hugs him in a one-on-one drill, and keeps him from going where he's going. Turns around, pass gets knocked down. He starts doing the gritty. That was a flag all day, which is crazy because they have refs watching the plays. I don't know why they didn't call it. He needs to find new steps. It's great watching the kids chant his name, and he does the gritty for him. And on the side of the building, they got instructions how kids can do the gritty. Yeah, our depth at offensive line. This is Dave. Will you be happy if Vikings signed Dalton Reisner and Jason Peters? Yes, I would be happy because the depth on our offensive line is so bad. Is so bad. And only guy I like is Blake Brandel. I think our future, we do have a potential future left tackle there, but yeah, I wouldn't mind signing Dalton Reisner. Anything to help this pass blocking, and he is a very good pass blocker. Reisner and Vikes have a wink deal on the table. If I tell me that's true, Gary. Tell me that's true. Wink. We're getting you. I believe KJ Osborne will surprise me and everyone, and he will stay the number 2. Just wait and see. I can see it. And Kirk Cousins really likes him, so I can really see it in the maturity levels there over Jordan Addison. So I feel like that is that is definitely a possibility. That a 60-40 type or 55-45 type possibility. I can agree with that, Eric. Just waiting to see JJ finally. Let's see what we got here. Raymond. Hope Powell makes the cut. You know what? I am hurt. That I'm cutting a Powell, who I think is a better punt returner, but I am thinking what the Vikings are going to do. And unfortunately, Powell would get cut. I would assume a team would pick him up. I would. And then so if we could try to get 6 receivers, do it and keep Powell. And I almost said Tristan Jackson. As much as Muse has truly earned a spot on this roster, we can't keep him when he has so many holes in other groups. You're not going to like my next one then. I might 2 people to hope might make the practice squad. That's awesome. I'm gonna get a sound for you, 2 people to hope, every time we do one of those. Let's see. Tight end. TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, Johnny Munt, and Nick Muse makes the team. And I'm going to tell you later how I did it. Ben Sims looks really good too, man. This is a deep tight end room. I think Kwesi cornered himself in when he said Johnny Munt's the best 3rd tight end in the league, and then didn't play him in preseason. Allowed Nick Muse to ball out, put great tape on it, and if a team's out there, it'd be crazy not to pick him up off of waivers if we release him. He was a 7th round pick in 2021 or 2022. Yeah, 2022 draft. He is better than I expected. I thought he was an okay tight end in college. This guy's taking the next step. I think the weight training, getting in with NFL coaches, the maturity level's gone up, really showing some things. And they had him. They were recording him. They had him mic'd up, and he swears like Kirk Cousins does. Golly gee darn it! It's kind of hilarious. But yeah, that's how Nick Muse makes the team. I'm going to show you a little bit later what I did to even allow that to happen. It all happens because really Kenny Nwangu being on maybe going on the PUP list. I would assume that's going to happen. How's the stream going? Pretty good. 20. We broke 20 just now. Thanks, Sport Heaven. Let's see here. Tight end depth. Kwesi second guessing the Hawkinson extension. Here's what I'm thinking. He knows he's got the franchise tag in his pocket, right? He's got the franchise tag in his pocket. What do you do, man? If you franchise them, you're paying them peanuts next year. You got the leverage. Hawkinson's wanting elite tight end money, like number 1 tight end money, it sounds like. So go into the off season with the franchise tag under your belt, man. With the a Nick Muse and these guys playing better, looking very good. Do you want to put that much money into a tight end position? Now, I am all for extending extending TJ Hawkinson, but do I want to pay him $25 million? 24, 23, 20? What do I want to pay this guy? It's going to cost a lot, and I don't know. Can we keep everybody? That's the hard thing. It sucks to lose great players, and he did cost us a second round pick. I wouldn't mind if we could get him next year and just franchise him. Honestly, it would almost be the smartest move. What would he do? Would he hold out? He really likes to play, and he's playing for a big contract. I think he plays. I think we work something out. Maybe we give him a little more than the franchise to play one more year. We got some options I wouldn't be too worried about Kwesi. We still got to worry about paying Justin Jefferson, right? And who's our quarterback next year? We don't even know that yet. So a lot to worry about there. Let's move on from tight ends. What do we got here? Comments, banners. Okay. What do we got? Tight ends, left tackle, Christian Darrisaw, Vidarian Lowe. He's an improving player, Vidarian Lowe. We cut Jared Williams. Let's go to right tackle. Brian O'Neill participating and looking good. The other day he had a block where he stonewalled the guy. And I played this. That's our right tackle, Brian O'Neill, putting up a wall in preseason, coming off an ACL tear. Oli Udoh has probably had one of the worst preseasons out of anybody, but we're keeping him. And the other two guys, I don't even know who they are. I don't even know. Don't even know them. I know we picked up Okafor this offseason to replace Jackie Chan, but that's all I know about him. What do we got here? Center, Garrett Bradbury, Austin Schlottman, also not having the greatest preseason, in Allen Ali. Left guard, Ezra Cleveland, Chris Reed's I got as a cut, but he might be just an IR. I say cut, but and I don't think we'd have him on the reserve pup. Maybe if we think can be back, that might make sense. But Ezra Cleveland, left guard, and then right guard, Ed Ingram. Okay. And Blake Brandel. That means we're not keeping 10 linemen, we're keeping 9. And that's another spot we were able to give to a guy that deserves it, because some of these guys don't deserve it. They don't deserve to be on a team right now. They've been playing that bad. What comments? What do you guys think of these? I think these are pretty straightforward on the offensive line. I don't know if it was him, but yeah, that has been in the media that he wants to reset the tight end market. I think that was I don't know if he said it on air or anything, but I think that was leaked, that he wanted to reset the tight end market. And thank God Nick Muse is looking good. And that's why I'm saying he's got to make the team. That is part of the reason, because we have not extended TJ Hawkinson, that I would say Nick Muse makes a team. That's part of the reason. Yeah, media leaked it. Yeah. We all Aaron Rodgers, the Vikings QB next year. No, doesn't get to play 2 years for the Jets. I think didn't he play 2 years for the Jets? Favre did? I don't know. I can't remember. If Muse is playing special teams Saturday, he is in. We play 3 tight ends a lot. Ham isn't getting any younger. True. CJ Ham, I think he's got a 2-year contract. Isn't it? 2 years? History would say yes, Evil. Okay. So maybe it was only 1 year with Favre over their Jets, sending picks to some of the interns. Gary, interior O-line, my biggest fear by far from what I've seen. That defensive line giving up 280 yards rushing, man. I don't know. Remember, our starters haven't played. That's a one thing. We're really down on the offensive line. We're really down on the defensive line. We are down on our backups. We are super down on our backups because the starters really haven't played. So yeah, let's wait till those guys come out and play a few games. Hey, we're up to 23 guys. I appreciate it. More people, the longer I stay on. Yeah, right now, yeah. But that 280 yards was bad. I would say the offensive line improved a little bit from the first week, and the defensive line got worse the second week. That's the way I looked at it because of the 280 yards. We should play 16 personnel more often. Like 16 players. Oh, you're talking about what? One running back and 6 receivers? Can you do that? I don't think you can do that. I don't think it's allowed. Oh yeah, let me get another banner up here. Let's go to outside linebacker. Daniil Hunter, Marcus Davenport, Patrick Jones, Luigi Villain, DJ Wanham, cut Andrew Carter II, Benton Whitley. The reason why I'm saying this, the Hunter, Davenport, and Villain are no-brainers. Patrick Jones and DJ Wanham, I think, are no-brainers for the fact that they haven't been playing a whole lot in the preseason, right? And they seem to be holding out the guys they know are making the team. Andrew Carter has not looked great, okay, but I think he's got potential, and he's worth risking cutting and getting on our practice squad. He's worth, remember, 32 teams passed on him 7 times. So, and he's looked skinny. He looked a little, lost out there. He had a couple, I think he looked better in the first game, but maybe I'll look at him more this next game. But he's not strong enough for the NFL right now. So I say that's why I got him going. Six tight ends. Oh, that's what you're talking about, 16 personnel? All right. So yeah, 12 is 2 tight ends. 11 is 1 tight end. Got it. I don't know about 16. I don't think you can have 6 tight ends. Because you would have a tight end playing quarterback and running back. You couldn't. You can't. You had five linemen. So then you'd have 6 eligible players. Someone's got to play quarterback. I can't go with that one. The Vikings gave Andre Carter a lot of guaranteed money at UDFA. I hope he at least makes the practice squad. We did the same thing with a quarterback the other year, and of course that wasn't Kwesi. I think it was under Spielman, and we released him. We gave a guy $250,000 and we released him. That's almost a drop in the bucket, right? It's almost a drop in the bucket. It would be. I really want. That's the risk of having to drop players. But I would rather have a Nick Muse than I would have an Andre Carter, right? That was my thought process. I would rather have a Powell over Andre Carter. I'd rather have a Tristan Jackson over Andre Carter. I think those are better players currently. They'll help us more right now. I think it's worth the risk of him going to the practice squad. Yeah, details. Or laugh my ass off or interior line. All right. Let's go on to the next one. What do we got here? Defensive ends. Well, this is interior D-line, I guess. Harrison Phillips, Dean Lowry, Jonathan Bullard, Asezi Atomayu, Jaqueline Roy. We would cut Ross Blacklock. Ever since we picked him up, I didn't want him. I did a video on him. Says he wasn't ready. Junior Ao and Sheldon Day gone. Now, the only thing I could see here is cutting Asezi Atomayu and keeping a Russ Blacklock. But yeah, I'm going with this. I think Atomayu has still the potential there. Blacklock just gets washed on plays. He just gets washed out on plays. The guy I'm most excited about out of this group really is Dean Lowry. He had 2 years ago, he had an amazing year. He had a really good year. I wish I could remember his stats, but he pushes a pile. He's strong. He pushes a pile. Dean Lowry is the guy I most like want to see. He's only got one pass rush, and that's bull rush. But he does push a pile, and I like it. Catch up the comments right here. All right, McAndrews, what's up, man? What's up, man? A super sticker. He's got a super sticker.
Straight cash, homie.
I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need.
All right, there we go. I appreciate all the support, man. I really do. You guys are making the dream work. I love it. You're making the dream work. Now, hey, a reminder. Let me add this. Let me add this really quick. Comment. This is my lineup, guys. I got the Vikings Drive is my new solo show where every Monday I'll appear at 5 p.m. Central, like this day. Solo. I might have guests. You know I like to have guests. Under the Lights, Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. The Skull Experience, Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. In Skull World Live, which is this one, is my Skull World is my daily content, and I'll go live occasionally. It's never really scheduled. Today, Johnny NFL was going to be on, but and critique my 53, but he had work. He couldn't get out of work early enough, and I decided to move it up and just do the show on my own. But another shameless plug. $2.99 for membership. You're gonna get exclusive content, member shout outs, 15% off on merchandise when I have it. I haven't figured that quite out yet. And then Skull World Soldier, you're $4.99 a month. The what you get there is I do draft content. I really push in the off season. You're gonna have access to a spreadsheet where I'm gonna put videos, breakdowns, video of 300 to 400 players. I don't know yet. Breakdowns from experts on them and some highlight reels. So that way you're going like, who's that player? Oh, let me go to Dave's spreadsheet and you will have access to all that content. All right. Tight end playing O-line was my point. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying now. We might need it. Honestly, I would rather have Josh Oliver playing offensive guard than or center than the other guys. I'm probably exaggerating with center. What's up, man? Patrick Jones is a good sleeper. I agree, man. I agree. And I think we really like him. He's more of a splash player. Wanham's a cleanup guy where he's like, he's barely getting a push, and then the quarterback steps up and right into Wanham's arms. That's how Wanham gets his sacks. What do we got here? I can see RB and 2 tight ends in the backfield for interior O-line support. Yeah, and we're pulling guys. We're seeing a lot more creativity with the run game this year, and I think that's quick. I think that's Kevin O'Connell getting better at his job, honestly. Oh man, I am so happy it went live tonight, man. This is the support, man. The support's great. The comments are great. When I first went live last year, it was crickets. It was absolute crickets. I had no clue what I was doing. I was using a different software too. I got copyrighted, got kicked off multiple times. I was a disaster, and it kept me from going live again until I got somebody to help me, like Justin and Gigi. So I appreciate you guys coming on and showing me love. Let's see what we got here. We off ball line. Oh, nose tackle. All right, nose tackle, Kyrie's Tonga, and then everybody else gone. TJ Smith got blown off the ball so much in that last game. I can't tell you which time zone he was in. Oh, it was ugly. And that when Lewis Seen got leaped over, TJ Smith was blowing off the ball in just huge gaping hole, and Lewis Seen's got to, you know, has got to tackle a guy that's as shifty as that running back was. So that's an easy cut. Off ball linebacker, we got Jordan Hicks, Brian Asamoah, Ivan Pace Jr., Troy Dye. I thought Troy Reeder was going to come in and take over for Troy Dye, but he's a good special teamer, and he's a better pass defender in coverage than Troy Reeder is. Troy Reeder is lost, and we need more of Troy Dye. The yard guy to Jordan Hicks, Brian Asamoah, and Ivan Pace Jr. can do a little bit of both. So, and it looks like Ivan Pace Jr. has actually gone to the starting job, and Asamoah is at least he's practicing, is mixing in with Jordan Hicks, and Pace is staying out there the whole time. That's what the reports are saying. So Pace gang, I give credit to Rap for seeing that guy and saying, hey, this guy is we should draft this guy. That is one of the better UDFA finds, probably the best one since Thielen, right? Who else could I say fits in that category? But UDF, that's the best one since Thielen. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. It's cool, man. I live in Florida. All my family, all my friends are back there. I'm out of sight, out of mind. I left 25 years ago. We're all old. We got kids. So my friends got grandkids. I just have a 7-year-old. So I'm like still living it young. I'm talking football. I want to go to, I want to go to the sports bar and hang out with the Vikings crew, because we got a pretty good fan club down here. Miami Vikes and South Florida Vikings. We got 2 of them actually, and I want to go to those games, but I'm like, I'd rather sit at home and watch the game. And so now I'm gonna sit home and watch you guys. I am gonna be live. I'm gonna do the preseason game. I'm gonna have a couple guys. I think Johnny NFL and gosh, who's the other guy? Let me Skull State of Mind. So Johnny NFL and Skull State of Mind on my pregame, which I'm gonna start probably at 11:15 now, since I'm gonna have other commentators. And at halftime, the GG boys said they're gonna jump on, and then after the game, whoever's wanting to jump on can jump on, and we can talk NFL football after the game. Oh, in the regular season, I might not hang along too much on that preseason game. But yeah, preseason not so much. But that's what it's going to be like Saturday. I appreciate it. And then I'm talking about Central Times. God, thanks, Thomas. I didn't have I wasn't going live because I didn't have StreamYard. And honestly, Rap's the guy that really pushed me. When I met him, I had 60 subscribers and he had 400. And it went from there. And then I reached out, started showing up. I was even on with Declan Goff once, and he's not returned my emails, and I just gave up. I guess I was only allowed one time on there. They got 6,000 views, and I was on there one time on their off-season rant line, and I never got to get back on again. But oh well, sorry, no more Purple Daily for me. But I since have had Judd on, so that's awesome that Judd was able to come on. I'm trying to get him on again, but busy dude. Our defense have big games on defensive line besides Hunter. Big names. Or sorry, how our defense don't have any big names on defensive line besides Hunter Skull. Yeah, we could use one. And why I am not so keen on getting any free agents that are left is because I want to see 5 games in what we look like. And then, okay, let's go get a guy and let's make a big difference. Much like the Eagles did when they got 2 dudes, put them in the middle of their line and took off from there. That's what I want to see. I would rather know what we have and know what we need. And God knows if we lose a tackle, on offense, that we have to replace that guy, and that would just cause more problems than losing the D tackle, right? So yeah, I like the idea of getting a few games in, seeing what we have, and then going after a guy. Goofy Golf. Hey, Casey's got a bromance with Greg Joseph too. I don't know if you guys have been seeing it, but they're doing this thing where they're bringing the players, influential coaches, to come to camp to surprise the NFL players. And the last one I saw was Greg Joseph had his old youth kicking coach show up wearing his jersey. Harrison Smith. Yeah, I think he's having a big year. I actually predict him to have 5 sacks this year, and he's never had more than 3. And I said this is going to cement his name in Canton. That's how good a year he's going to have. Hey, I appreciate it, Raymond. This is I was I was gonna do a radio show, and I was like, I was wanting to help out a radio show, like be a guy that would come on. I didn't want to be the guy, and I don't know. You guys have made it to where I'm able to go on and not worry about what people say. You guys have been great. You've been like family to me. That's a good prediction, Dave. I think we'll have at least 2 players on the roster by September 10th that are not here right now. Not Reisner. Harry is a big name. Well, I think he was saying defensive line. Goff wouldn't give up 5th or 6th for Lance. That's crazy. So I saw the same thing. I saw that video, and I think I'm a little more malleable, and I'm never a never say no guy. I never say no guy. Or I would be okay with it. I just know about needing to extend him, right? That's the only thing, is you need to extend him, and you already had teams aren't clamoring to pick up this guy, right? Like nobody's offering. We're the one that makes sense, but no one's offering anything. So what do other teams know? What does the 49ers know? My favorite is Riddle segment they do for the off topics vids. Yeah, I'm not the Riddle segment. I know they do that one where they do the crazy, like a obscure player, and they have each other guess. But yeah, I watch them religiously. I've clashed a little bit with them. I think they know who I am because I've been on the show and I talked to Judd, but over the years I've been pretty critical about some of the like harsh things like Phil Mackey would say against some of the players, and mainly Kirk, but he even said something about Ed Ingram one time. He gets a little emotional about some of the players, and I've clashed a little bit, but I watch them religiously. I'm a fan, and I've kind of done what they're trying. I'm trying to do what they've done, and you notice I have multiple shows. I have multiple co-hosts. Those guys have been my partners, Justin Rapp, who I do another show with, right? And then the GG boys, Jamie and Casey. I basically model what I want to do on them. That's kind of what I do. And maybe I'm Score South. I don't know. I'm in Florida. No Vikes network. I mean, okay. Where are we at? I'm at, let me go next here. Cornerbacks. Okay. You're going to hate me for this. Now, bear with me. We got Byron Murphy, Caleb Evans, Mekhi Blackman, Andrew Jr., and Joanne Williams. The reason why I had Joanne Williams on this list is because someone's out. He goes to starter again. So that makes me think that he's making the team. Notice I have cut Najee Thompson. This one hurt. This is how I'm getting Nick Muse on this team. And the reason I did this is because he is a special teams guy. how many people are gonna go, all right, I'm gonna go get that guy, that team's special team guy who is currently injured. That's why I'm saying this. He may go on the, I am thinking nobody's gonna pick him up because he's currently injured, and really he's just a special teams guy. I would have him on this team, no problem, if it wasn't for TJ Hawkinson holding out and Nick Muse looking so good. I feel bad. I'm cutting Najee Thomas. Let me have it. I am cutting him, but putting him on the practice squad, and who knows, maybe putting him on the reserve pup list if his injury is an issue, because it's a concussion. Well, another guy we might have, Blackman, same deal. He may go on the reserve pup list, and then Najee Thompson makes it. So I feel like somehow Najee Thompson is going to be on our team. I want him on our team, so don't hate me too much. But this is how I saved Nick Muse from getting cut and going on not wearing purple the rest of his career. I know you don't like Andrew Jr., but he's a number 2 pick, so I don't see him cutting a number 2 pick of his. And physically and athletically, he's good enough to be in the NFL. He just gotta get more experience, I think. Yogi has 2 spots left on his second league. Oh, really? I'm on his first league. I don't even know when that draft is. I need to look. Face blue smiling. I don't know what that means. What do we got here? Brand. Comments. Let me pull up safeties. This is what sucks. Drafting Jay Ward meant that we had to keep 5 tight end or 5 safeties. We drafted Jay Ward in the 4th round, and we knew Harrison Smith, we knew Cameron Bynum, we knew Lewis Seen, we knew Josh Metellus were going to make the team, and we go draft a safety. Okay. However, that would allowed me to cut a cornerback to where we only had 10 guys, because this is so flexible that we will have 3 safeties out there a lot. Jay Ward played well. He's a 4th round pick. He's going to make the team. That's what killed me about drafting him. We could have had DTR, potentially our quarterback of the future, and we don't have him. So, oh well. But Jay Ward's a good player. I like him. He's on our team. Unfortunately, we got 5 safeties. Now we might lose a couple of these guys. Josh Metellus last year was contract. Harrison Smith, 1-year deal. Cameron Bynum, he's okay. I don't think he's a starter in this league. So having a Jay Ward makes sense for the future. So that may work out. That's maybe why he did it. Then Greg Joseph, punter, Ryan Wright, long snapper, Andrew DePaulo. That's 53 guys. Where do you think I was? Yeah, I know it was. I'm kidding. I don't know why you're typing it out. Is that what it is? Dave, don't forget the support of Carson too. Yeah, Carson, who badmouthed me to other people behind my back. Unfortunately, I have no idea why he left the show. I appreciated him. I told him he was a great voice and he had a great future, and I wanted to be part of the show. And then one day he just decided not to anymore. So shout out to the Carson for lasting 3 episodes of my show, and then telling me he quit the day of the show, and not telling me and telling me is because it was volleyball schedule, and then tells my friends that we had a falling out, and I still to this day have no idea. So Grandizer, shout out to Carson. Thank you. I do give him credit. He showed me what some good quality graphics would look like in videos. So shout out to Carson. I even reached out to him. I reached out to him by text. He didn't respond to me, and I went to go on Twitter and noticed he blocked both of my Twitter handles. I still to this day have no idea why. So if you could figure that out, I don't know. I'm actually having one of his co-hosts. I'm having one of his co-hosts, Skull State of Mind, who left his show and reached out to me to come on mine, and I had him on once, And I reached out to him again. I said, hey, you want to collab again? He's going to come collab with me. Skull State of Mind. So shout out to Carson for getting involved with Skull State of Mind. Skull State of Mind left his show, wants to come work with me a little bit. So I appreciate that. Good job, Carson. All right. Hey, you run across these things. I mean, you can't please everybody, and I do rub some people the wrong way. I don't know. But I got to give a huge shout out because I got some of that tree money. They no, Skull TYA catch 84, $20, man. That's amazing. That is amazing. I like it so much, man. I appreciate it. And you're gonna get the full
Great
treatment.
cash, homie.
Let's do it again. One more time.
Great cash, homie.
And since it's $20, you're gonna get Macklemore.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket.
Okay, that's a new dance. Thanks, Skull TYA Catch 84. Let's go. Great show. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I had no idea. You know, I didn't have my super chat on forever because I didn't even try to make it work. And then I did, and then you guys, oh my God, I am just humble beyond belief that you guys support me the way you do. To predict my 2 possible misses on the 53 roster prediction. All right, here it is. Here it is. I would say Najee Thompson. That would be my miss because I think they really like to keep him. And probably, gosh, who would it be? Let me go look really quick. Let me look. It's not linebacker, defensive end. I mean, keeping Nick Muse would be another one, and letting a Ross Blacklock go because we did trade for him. He was a former 2nd-round pick. It was probably my bigger potential misses, and then some honorable mentions would be Brandon Powell. These were really hard, guys. This was so hard. But those, I would say that Nick Muse and Najee Thompson might be crazy. I think they love Najee Thompson. It's just that he's injured right now. What do we got here? No kidding. Najee Thompson, needs to be on this team. He needs to be on this team. I'm gonna do a final 53. Najee Thompson will probably be on the team. I want to see, does he play this next game? Who plays? How does everybody play? And then Najee Thompson may be right back on the team. Shirt should come off for that. Oh, should I do it again? Where is that video? Where's that video? I want to see it so bad. Here we go. Let me share it. There we go. I should do that. I should get some chains. I don't want to show my moobs though. My man boobs. I am not as skinny as I used to be. Predict your 2 possible. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Who will be the surprise breakout player this season? Surprise breakout player. Awesome questions, guys. I'm staying on because of you guys. We got 18 people still in here. The big surprise breakout player this season that we'd be surprised by, right? Pace. That's a huge surprise. So Pace is probably my number one running back. Ty Chandler would be breakout. Jordan Addison will be a breakout, but the surprise one is going to be Pace Jr. Yeah, I just think he's gonna probably lead the team in tackles. I don't doubt that. That's my biggest one. Only 3 off-ball linebackers. Troy gets cut since we will run with 3 safeties a lot. That is a Thomas Johnson. I did think about that. I did. We do need, however, that does make a lot of sense, especially with Harrison Smith being that good of a player. Gary Balster, how do you get a hold of Yogi to join the league? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. I got him on a chat, but I'll tell him that Two Evil Hope's looking to get on the league. Carson, when he burns bridge, even the water underneath disappears. Okay, because I thought you were being nice to him, and like I was hurting your feelings. I don't know what was with that. We're both from South Dakota. We both went to the University of South Dakota, 20 years apart, mind you. But it's just weird that he would lie to me like that and then tell me and say stuff behind my back. So unfortunately, he did. Anyways, I opened up. That was my story about Carson. I thought it was funny. He quit the show days after he asked me to do a Minnesota Twins show with them. We were going to do a Minnesota Twins show together. And I'm like, sure, let's do it after the football season. Yeah, there we go. Dave, I came in way late about that minute mark. Did you post the 53? Yes, I am done with the 53. So you can rewind this though. You can go back and look at it. So yeah, you can do that. And those that are members, you can actually go look at the members only video and see the differences I had from Monday to now, if you like to do that. Mr. Dave, New Mexico really enjoys your show. Skull from me and Florinda Skull. I appreciate Eric. We actually have some LaPointe in South Dakota, some names like that. In French Indian names like that in South Dakota. So I've met some LaPointes. I wonder if they're relatives of yours. Dave, what do you think about Kyrie Tonga? I like him. I think he showed real good flashes. Consistency would be good. That's why he's our starting nose tackle right now. And I really do like him. I do want just the depth's a problem. TJ Smith, although he looks like a just giant muscle, is just getting blown out the ball. Will Madison break 1K? That was a bold prediction. Is yes and yes. That was my bold prediction of the 1K. I do think he gets 10 TDs too, because I think he would be our goal line back too. But out of all the backs, he's definitely our short yardage guy. McBride is not quite there yet. Madison is. I'd go with Madison. Surprised Harry got cut. Not surprised because of the injury. He didn't. Right before the game, he had a soft tissue. He didn't play. Then it's like all these other guys are ready. So I wasn't surprised, but I was kind of hoping that he would because of the size. Carson was a young 20-year-old Vikes content creator, has a great voice for radio. He just weirded out on Dave, Rap, and others. Never gave a reason why he got upset at them. Yeah, it was just weird. 2023 Vikings Rookie of the Year and the stats does he get? Oh my gosh. Offense and defense, right? I'll do an offense defense and then I'll say which is the Rookie of the Year. I'm going to go offense, Jordan Addison, and I think he gets 750 yards because KJ Osborne is going to eat into it. And I think I think he gets 3 touchdowns because we'll have some plays for him. 750 and 3. I think that's on the low side, right? I'm being conservative because KJ Osborne has proven himself in preseason to be our number 2. But I think they're just going to TJ Hawkinson, all those guys are going to eat into each other. Addison's going to have some big plays. He's going to start a couple games probably. He's going to have some big games, and then he'll get to 750. And I'm saying 3 touchdowns because I think we're going to get a lot to TJ, a lot to Justin Jefferson, and there's just not enough touchdowns to go around. Defense, obviously, I'm just rookie year's pace. out of the two, I think Pace is the rookie of the year, just because he's going to get so much production as far as because our rushing, our rushing defense on our defensive line is not there yet. I think he's going to get some sacks. He might get 5 sacks, 6 sacks, and then he has 110 tackles. I'd give that production over Jordan Addison, so that's my rookie of the year. KWO, what's up? Drop Shot Jake, thanks for in the house. It's been a while. I wish I had a soundboard like rap. I would do this more often. Drop Shot Jake, all right. But I have to go to a different screen. I know I can rewind, Dave. Can you give me an approximate minute mark so I can find it? So I did a lot of talking. So 20-minute, 15. It was after the 15 mark. We're probably nearing 18 but you might want to hear it because at the 14-minute mark, I gave the instructions of what the reserve pup list is about. So Tristan, reserve pup list, I gave an explanation what it was, and then I gave the quarterbacks, and then we talked a good 10 minutes about Trey Lance. So somewhere about the 25 minute, I started up again. But we talked about it for the entire probably 45 to 50, probably about an hour. So I stretched it out. So you can, you're just going to have to bear with me. But we had a great conversation about all the players. So you'll like it. Dave, I'm sorry to do this to you. How many extra points miss this year? We're going to miss 3. 3 extra points. Not 6, 3. I think he's going to have a better year. All 3 guys are back. Snapper, holder, kicker. We're not playing in a lot of cold weather games. So that is why. I think he's going to only have 3 missed extra points. Breakup players, KJ Osborne. Well, I think he's kind of capped out, but yes, I think he could show some improvement. Will he get to 1,000 yards? That would be a breakout to me. Could he get to 850? And now another 100 yards. I would really like to see that. I liked him to outperform Jordan Addison, and then I would say that's pretty good. Dave, your thoughts on Isaiah Simmons trade, and Vikes have made that trade for Simmons? Yeah, we should have made it. He was in house, right? We were practicing against him. You think Kwesi would have been like, "Hey, Cardinals, we'll trade you some free lunch food at the lunch table to get Simmons so you can feed your players." I feel bad for Arizona football players. They're just giving up. But yeah, I would make a trade for a better player anytime. Because I'm not Joanne Williams is not impressing me. Yeah. Addison made me a great catch today. It was a great catch. I talked about that earlier. Tristan, okay, I'll start at the 14-minute mark. Yeah. Skip the Trey Lance for 10 minutes. Yes, I would too. But 14-minute mark. Yeah, that's when I talked about the pup list. I'm getting a sense Kwesi is very tight with the purse strings. He's very patient. He's not making Vikings fans happy. But I remind you, he hired our forever coach. And why do I still got Kirk Cousins shirtless up here? I'm sorry about that. He hired our forever coach and won 13 games. I give him some leeway. I'll give him some leeway. And he inherited such a bad cap situation, and he still went out and got like 15 or more free agents. That's incredible to make that happen. And he still hasn't worked like a Brian O'Neill's contract where he put dead money at the end. So I give him credit for not doing the temptation to put more dead money out there. I did just keeping that temptation away of not putting more dead money out there. So I give him some credit for that. Awesome today. From what I learned about the LaPointes in South Dakota, we are all related somehow. And yes, it's French name. Hey, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah. I think I went to school with a LaPointe in grade school. I can't remember if he was older. I think they were older than me. And I think I had an Erica LaPointe, I think in my 3rd grade class once. So yeah, I had some LaPointes when I was growing up. Yeah, French French fur traders and their French names coming into the United States. I think those are where those names came from. But yeah, guys, I'm excited. I'm kind of losing my voice and I probably got to go, but I appreciate every one of you guys for joining today. Make sure you're Saturday. I got my pregame show at 11:15 Central. I'm gonna reschedule. I put 11:30. I'm gonna put 11:15. Pregame show lead into my my live stream. All right, that's my live stream. I'm gonna have the Gigi boys. I'm gonna have gosh, I'm going to have Johnny NFL at the pregame, Skull State of Mind at the pregame, and then GG Boys at the halftime. And because it's a preseason game, I might not stay longer. Otherwise, I would try to invite someone on to talk about the game afterwards. JJ might be coming on. I don't know. I haven't officially asked him yet, but I mentioned it to him. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Shout out to all you guys. I love it. If you didn't see the 53-man roster prediction, I'll do a final one later on, but go back and watch the rest of it. Thanks, Raymond. I got to roll too. I will try if you are not on the same time as One Bar and Lupagus. Yeah, I know. If they go live, I think they only do a post game, right? They come on with like 15 minutes to go at the end. I don't think they do the whole game, do they? I might be wrong. But yeah, I would watch them too, right? But hey, come over and say hi. Come over and say hi. All right, great stuff. Thanks, my worthless opinion. You've been awesome. Thanks for all the support, guys. I stayed on honestly a half an hour longer than I thought I would, and it's because of you guys and your great questions and the conversation. Man, I love me some Vikings football. I do. I bleed purple and gold all the way through. All right, that's it, guys. Go Vikings. I'm out of here. See you Saturday.